Hello, Kamani. Is that Kamani? Hi, Kamani. How you doing, Kamani? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for stopping by, whether you're here for a few minutes, few seconds, few minutes, or a portion of the live. At least you said hi. Thank you. So I know that you were here. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever that was. If it was Kamani, thank you. If it was someone else, thank you as well. Happy Friday. Happy. Hopefully it's a fun Friday for you. If at least a free Friday, free from the job, free from whatever stressors you had today or throughout the week. And if you have to work this weekend, then that's okay. You had your free no work day, hopefully 1 or 2 days through the week. That's okay. We appreciate the weekend warriors, right? Sometimes I work on the weekend. Sometimes the weekend is the best time to work. There's not a lot of people at the job. It's usually a lot quieter, depending on the job that you do, depending on your field, your career, your job. Sometimes the weekend can get busy though. Sometimes the weekend can be hectic at work. So if you're off, enjoy. If you have to work, still enjoy. Still enjoy. When you get off, do something for yourself. I always tell you guys, I encourage you daily for those who have busy weeks. If you don't get a chance through the week, take some time through the weekend to just enjoy you. You need to enjoy you. You need to treat you. Treating you doesn't mean spending a lot of money unless you want to. It can mean the small things. Just extra rest and relaxation. Extra rest and relaxation. Get outside if it's not too hot. Because listen, sometimes it's too hot to be outside. So if it's not too hot in your area, get out there and cut some grass, do some yard work, sit on your porch, your patio, your gazebo, just chill. Just chill. That's all treating yourself. Treating yourself can be as simple as that. I'm gonna mute for a minute because I'm not sure how loud this music is or if YouTube can decipher what it is just in case for copyright. YouTube, I do not. If you catch any of those tones, beats, okay, listen, I do not own the rights to those to that music. It's just somebody enjoying today, enjoying the weekend, enjoying that today is Friday, and maybe they're off for the weekend. Hey, Betty. Hey, Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. Thank you for sharing that video where you made the Play-Doh. A lot of people, well, I was about to say, a lot of people don't even know you can make Play-Doh, but a lot of people probably never really thought about it. But that's one of those things that they can do to save money. Make a toy for your child to save money. So that was a great video. If you guys don't know Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more, please go over there and check her video out. It's only about 10 minutes, maybe I think a tinge over 10 minutes. And listen, if you have small kids, go over there and find out the natural way to make Play-Doh. Okay? Flour, Kool-Aid, and some other ingredients, salt. Go over there and check it out. It is fun to make. It really is. It is. I made it a long time ago. And we use Kool-Aid too, but I can't remember what else. It was like we used the flour, the Kool-Aid, salt, water. My aunt did it. My aunt would do it while my parents were at work. And so we were little. I can't really remember, but I do remember those. And like you said, Betty, it's safe. And if they taste it, it's food. If they taste it, it's food, so it's safe. And then it's usually too salty to try and eat it. As soon as they put it in their mouths, they're probably going to frown up and spit it out. Frown up and spit it out. So it is a great natural toy to make for the kids. To make for the kids, to make for anybody. You having a party, you could probably even do that for that. So y'all, please go over there and check that video out. Again, it's about 10 minutes and a few seconds long. You got small kids, nieces and nephews, you work for preschool, daycare or something, school, teachers. That's something that the teachers can do to kind of keep the kids busy. For days like when it's raining outside and you can't go outside for recess, something like that is nice. Something like that is nice just to set aside, like if they've been good all week. Y'all remember how they did in school? If you had so many stars, or if you were good, you got to go to the pizza party. You got to do so many different things that they would come up with. This one isn't mine. Look, these things right here, y'all, these USB cords. I think when we're walking and jogging and stuff, people lose them. Yeah, I lost one the other day, and I was just like, I know you got to be kidding me. But I found it almost like within 3 to 4 minutes of realizing that I lost it. I had it around on my shoulders, and listen, they're light. You would think that you could hear them hit, but they only have that little silver end and the other little chunky end that goes into your charger. So sometimes, it's light enough to fall and you not even hear it. So I didn't hear it, and I was like, oh my God. And and I was walking, taking the same. I said, okay, what I'm gonna have to do is, because it's a really nice one, y'all, and it has lasted for a long time. Those USB cords sometimes don't last that long, but it has lasted for, we got them about almost 2 years ago. I'll say a year and like 9 months ago. And that particular one, because I bought it as a pack, I've probably been using it for a year. I didn't start using it immediately. Or maybe that's one of the ones I used a little bit later. Anyway, it has lasted for months and months and months. Probably a year. So I was like, let me just go the same way. I usually do that anyway. And hopefully it's got to be, if I dropped it, It should still be there unless somebody found it. Because, you know, sometimes people find things and you would think they wouldn't bother that. But sometimes people, they pick up, you know how you have those people on Saturdays and maybe Sunday mornings, they drive around with their trucks and they look for things that other people throw out. Like one man's trash is another man's treasures. One man's garbage is another man's gold. So somebody may have passed it and picked it up. But like I said, fortunately, a few more steps and it was there. It was on the ground. And it was mine. And then just a few steps away from it was another one that was raggedy. It was messed up. You could tell it was like used. And then just a few minutes ago, I saw that one. So I'm thinking that when people jog, run, walk, sometimes maybe people just throw them out of the car window. You know, people don't mind littering, right? They don't mind littering. Litter bugs. Litter bugs. So I hope you guys have had a fun week. Hope you're having a fun Friday. I hope that you plan on having a fun weekend. Okay? Just have fun as much as you can. As much as you can and when you can. And know when to be serious. Have fun. Make sure you have fun, but make sure that you know when to be serious. We got 15 minutes. It's Friday. We're going to do straight up 30 minutes today because we've already done like 45 minutes earlier. So, yeah. And we've been trying to get out of here. Catch the late evening when it's so nice outside. Sun is gone down. It's breezy. But not so much that it's tearing up the microphone on the phone so it's not beating up your ears. I don't like it when it's really, really like noisy. The wind is clamoring against the microphone. See that right there. Motorcycles. It's that time of the year. Well, bikers ride throughout. They don't care. Hot or cold, they're gonna ride. But some people, they really enjoy riding their bikes like in the spring and when it's hot. And then it's like this time of day, like I just said, it's like breezy, kind of chill. Because from what I've been told, this is going to be a hot summer. It's going to be a hot summer. So try your best to get prepared. Try your best to get prepared. If you're not prepared, get prepared. Be prepared. Okay? Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Okay? If you know, you know. So make sure that you're properly prepared to prevent piss poor performance. All right? Have you some shades, hats, sunscreen. And when you get your sunscreen, make sure it's the good kind. The kind with, I'll say the kind that's as natural as you can get. Because even the quote unquote good kinds that don't have as much stuff, when you flip it on the backside, it still has like 2 or 3 ingredients that you need to be, mindful of. So the mineral sunscreens are the best. They do leave a white white residue, the mineral ones, but hey, if it's protection, it's protection. If it's protection, it's protection. No, it's spring, so the allergens, of course, have been in full effect. All these different blooms, the plants are planting, okay? So that means, you know what that means as far as the trees and the plants. It's spring. A lot of us have year-round allergies. A lot of us have spring allergies, and a lot of us have, spring and summer. However the allergies are, if you are a person who has spring allergies, sometimes you have to wear a mask, you know, especially if you don't like taking medicine. You can take, different medications for allergies. You can buy them over the counter. You can, your doctor can prescribe them. But a lot of the times when it comes to those allergies, a lot of the prescription medication, you can get it over the counter when it comes to allergies. Sometimes the prescribed ones may have more in it. Like over the counter, you may be able to get maybe 45 milligrams. But if you get it per prescription, you may be able to get like 60. So whatever works for you, a lot of the times over the counter, they're pretty decent. And there are so many. There are a plethora of them. There are so many. These allergens are wild. All right, these allergens, they're floating around. We're inhaling them. You go to sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose. Feel like you got a summer cold. But most people, they've learned the difference. They know when they have a cold as opposed to when their allergies are just kicking their butt. Kicking their butt. And sometimes it can be both. Sometimes it can be both. So you guys know, I always give that professional disclaimer. I don't do much over here. We walk and talk. If you can walk and talk, that is a good sign of your physical fitness. It's one of the good signs, just one. But a lot of people are walking and talking and they're not listening to themselves. So again, always listen to yourself when you're walking and talking. The most important part, hey Lawrence, how you doing, Lawrence? The most important part is the walking. Sometimes people don't realize how they sound. If they listen back, they'll realize that they really should just focus on walking and not talking. You have to build yourself up to that sometimes. Especially if you're gonna talk like nonstop. You gotta build yourself up. If you ever feel any discomfort or uncomfortable in any way, slow down and or stop. It's okay to stop and start again another day, okay? It's okay to slow down and then start back. But if you need to, slow down and start another day. That's fine too. So what do you guys have planned for the weekend? Lawrence says, good evening, everyone. Have a fearless Friday. Come on, Lawrence. Glad to be here. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lawrence. My moderator is in the building, y'all. Say hello to Lawrence. If you don't drop down and if you catch the replay, listen. I have a couple of moderators that are the best. Okay, the best. I think every content creator thinks that their moderators are the best moderators in the YouTube universe, the YouTube world. But mine are the best. Okay, mine are the best. Mine are the best. Lawrence is one of my newest moderators, okay? And he is one of the best. He's already at the top of the list. Okay? So what you plan on doing, Lawrence? What you got going on this weekend? This fantastic Friday. This fabulous Friday. I gotta support my girl respectfully. She married. Lawrence a mess. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you. I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend. But sometimes that's the best. Sometimes it's best not to have any plans. Like, just again, if you're off and you're not working, see if you can find, and I know during the weekends, a lot of us are still busy. Like, we're just as busy during the weekend as we are during the week. But still try your best to find you a little bit of time, okay? I know this is a holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Lawrence says, I would like to get some barbecue. Okay? I would like to get some too, Lawrence. I don't know if we're gonna do it, but I would like to. Are you gonna grill yourself? Or are you just gonna maybe go to a nice spot that has nice barbecue, or family and friends? What do you want to do? Do you want to get on the grill? Yeah, I put on some citronella essential oils. Okay, so far it's been working pretty good because I really need to get my skin so soft. I'm gonna definitely get off because you got to have that off as a backup plan. But and off is good. It's good, and off has those more natural choices too. So off is good. But if you can't find yourself any off, and if you can't find the skin so soft, which is good, you usually cook. Okay, I got you. Both, both, Lawrence. So we both do. Uh, so if you can't find you something natural, get you some of those good essential oils. For the ones that are good against insects tend to be the peppermint oil, citronella oil, tea tree, and lavender. Drop a few drops in some olive oil or avocado oil as a barrier, as a carrier, not a barrier, as a carrier. I guess it does kind of protect, and it helps to, you know, dilute it so that it won't be too strong for your skin. Educational, informational purposes only. Okay, to each his own. Our bodies are different. Though we are, as humans, are a lot alike. The way we receive things, the way our body reacts to things, is different. Just like with exercising. You cannot compete with someone you cannot compare with. Exercise at your own pace, because trying to keep up with someone else and trying to do things that you see other people do, you set yourself up for the potential for injury, okay? For injury, especially if you've already had injuries and you've already have a history of going to therapists. You can't be out here trying to do what you see other people do. You have to stick to a routine, a regimen, a plan, a schedule that works for you and your body, okay? Yes, lemongrass. Lemongrass is a good one too. I've heard lemongrass is good too. So it's like, I think it's lavender, lemongrass. Try eucalyptus is good. Eucalyptus is good. Um, Tea tree oil is good. It's strong. You have to. I think with tea tree oil, I think the others tend to repel them a little bit more. But I don't know. I might be wrong. Sometimes it just depends on the maker. You know, it depends on the maker, because all essential oils are not the same. Okay, all essential oils are not equal. It depends on the brand, and it does depend on the scent, but it definitely depends on the brand. So yeah, uh, but tea tree oil. Look, if you don't have you some tea tree oil, get you some, because it does help with insects as well. It does repel mosquitoes as well. But tea tree oil is antifungal, antibacterial, just antiviral. Tea tree oil is great. Okay, tea tree oil is great. Um, of course, lavender. Not only is it relaxing, again, it helps repel mosquitoes and insects as well. Peppermint, relaxing, helps repel those insects. Peppermint also helps with headaches for many people. Okay, so peppermint oil has the potential to help with headaches. Um, what else? The lemongrass oil. I like the smell of lemon. Honestly, I like all of them. But I think tea tree is my favorite. Eucalyptus and tea tree are kind of at the top. They're the top two. Um, Lavender. At one time, I had gotten kind of bored with lavender. Y'all know how it is when you just hear something all the time. You got lavender soap, lavender air freshener, lavender plug-ins, lavender this, lavender that, lavender soap, and you get a little bored with it. Oh, oh, hold on, y'all. Okay, okay, y'all. They stopped. Okay. I don't know what was going on. They were trying to get into the car, and it was making a lot. That horn was loud. Oh my God, that horn was loud. So yeah, like tea tree and eucalyptus are my top two. But there's another one. I can't think of the other one. It's like it starts with a G. I cannot think of it. Well, it's frankincense. I like frankincense. I don't really know if frankincense helps repel mosquitoes or anything like that. But frankincense is a good one. Yes, Lawrence, yeah. Okay, we're back. That horn was loud, y'all. So you mess with that car, you will be heard. And thank you for those thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. So frankincense is a good one. And then there's another one that starts with a G. I don't really use those for repelling insects or whatever, but they're just really nice. They smell really good. The aromas are everything. Very relaxing. Lauren says, "Hey there, retirement days." And I like lemongrass because I love lemon. So there's honestly, I love all those scents. There's rarely one that just doesn't smell good to me. So I have some favorites, but there's rarely one that doesn't smell good. They typically smell good. It's almost been 30 minutes. I got started later today because that sun was beaming, y'all. And it's not as hot as it was. Again, it's cooler. So I started later because I know like early in the morning is good, but there's still something about it unless it's like right before sunrise. That sun comes out, y'all, and it's hot. It's hot. So early in the morning is good. And I want to get back to my schedule where I rotate. I do mornings, afternoons, and evenings. But y'all know I tried to do that for over a year. I used to do it a couple of years ago. I'm stepping out on the pine cones. Don't y'all laugh if I trip. I used to do it a couple of years ago. But now it's just hard to just, mornings are so hot. And after like about 2 summers ago, we were walking in the evenings. I've just stuck to evenings, and I really enjoy the evenings. I really enjoy the evenings. Uh-uh, uh-uh. No, not Texas. Uh-uh. So I really, really enjoy the evenings. All right. So that's why we have stuck to the evenings for about 2 years straight now. Because the sun goes down, we got traffic, so we march. We stop, but at the same time, we keep going. So we just keep those legs moving, keep moving consistently, and be persistent about it. Didn't know you could stop and keep moving, did you? We stop, then we keep moving. Once that traffic goes away, it's time to move. But you just stop and walk in place or march in place, jog in place, run in place. Whichever one it is that you do, just keep moving. Keep moving. So again, guys, I did get started later today because, well, one reason I was running around actually. And for some reason, this spring, it seems like, y'all know how like when we spring forward, right? There's more, the daylight is longer, okay? More hours of daylight, fewer hours of dark. And in the fall, it's the reverse. More hours of darkness, fewer hours of daylight. Well, I have to remember that places I need to go, whether it's spring or fall, those places still tend to close around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? So just because it's daylight and it's looking like it's like 2, 3 in the afternoon at 4 or 5, doesn't mean you have all evening to sit there and wait to go handle your business. Next thing you know, you jumping in the car because it's like, oh, it's after 4, let me go. So when did we spring forward? It's been 2 months. And just for some reason this year, yes, Lawrence, keep moving. For some reason this year, it just seems like I don't know. It seems like time fly has been really flying. Not just really, and as far as you're talking about like the day and nighttime, and the amount of hours that each has, but the amount of time that is day and the amount of time that is dark. But it just seems like, of course, the year itself. Next month will be June, y'all. Halfway, mid-year. June will be mid-year, right? So whatever, 365 days, whatever half of that is, like 182 and a half. Some one day, somewhere, 182 and a half days, we'll be halfway through the year. So time really does fly. And this time, for some reason, it seems like it's probably me because it's daylight and I know it's not going to get dark until like 8:30, 8:15, 8:30. Yeah, I sit right around and wait till like 4 and go do what I need to do if I'm off. Now, if I'm off, it's good because I just go straight on and do it. But if I'm at work, when I get off, I go ahead and do it. But if I'm off, yeah, I sit around and procrastinate. And the next thing you know, it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'm like, okay, let me go. So I go do what I need to do, which that's not daily, I go do what I need to do. And then I end up stopping here and stopping there. And the next thing you know, it's 7, 8 o'clock. Once 7, 8 o'clock comes and then, darkness is falling. The next thing you know, you're like watching the news or something. You're getting yourself ready for the next day. And it's the next day. Lauren says, Margie said, good math. Yeah, like 182. Like you gotta look, Lawrence, you gotta work that brain too, right? We gotta work that body, make sure you don't hurt your body, right? Work your body, don't overexert your body. But we have to remember, it's about the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. So we also have to work that brain, okay? That's why I always say, do some puzzles, do some crossword puzzles, do some Sudoku puzzles, do some type of numbers, something, fill in the blank, do something, work your brain, okay? Work your brain as well. So remember, because not only are you working your brain, you're working that mental. Read. I know a lot of people don't like to read, but hey, read. Go ahead and read. Try your best to keep your mental acuity intact. And so as we get older, sometimes we can't multiply, add, subtract as quickly. We got to use the fingers. You got to write it down. But I try my best when I can. It's to try to just use my mind and not use the fingers, not use the pencil and paper, right? Sometimes it may take you a little bit longer than it did when you were 20, but just do it. Keep doing it. Do it as often as possible, even if you have access to pencil and paper. Start off with single digits, of course, and then just start doing some brain activities to work your brain. Move up to double digits. And don't do like the 50 minus 25. Do like the 47 minus 13 or something. And then as you get better with that, move up to 3 digits. 325 minus 118. All right? And find ways to break it down quickly. You know how they start saying in school nowadays when kids are in school, simple math, easy math? And believe it or not, some kids were learning things differently way back in the day when we were in school, and people thought that those were like challenges and disabilities. Well, what it was, some kids were having challenges, right? But some kids were just intellectually up there. Some of the same math that's called new math is the way we were told not to do math because they were afraid we would skip a step. And even when you did find 2 sure ways that would get you the exact right answer, a lot of the times they wanted you to stick with one formula, because even if you did a particular problem and you did it 2 different ways and you came up with the same answer, and you did another problem. You did it those same two different ways, and you came up with the same answer. You might get to that third or fourth problem, and one of those ways doesn't work. So, of course, they had a curriculum, and they, tried to teach you the way that should work with every problem. But just thinking back now, some of that new math that we have now, kids were using that when it wasn't a thing. So work on the single digits. And you may be like, girl, I know what 5 minus 1 is. I know what, of course you do, but work on the single digits, okay? Then work on the double digits, as in 21 minus 2, 5, 6, whatever. Then make both of them double. Then make it triple on top and double on bottom. And then work with triple. Now, I think that'll suffice. You don't have to go into 1,265 minus 2,000. You know what I'm saying? You can do that, but you're going to come out with a negative number. But I'm just saying. Work your brain. Read. Do puzzles. Play board games. Focus. You'll be amazed at what focusing can do for your brain. A lot of times we don't take the time to focus. So you will be amazed at what focusing can do for your brain. Okay? Focus. Get your mental health intact. It is still it's still May. So it is still Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay? If you feel like you need some help, don't be ashamed to go get it. All right? If you know someone who needs some help, encourage them to get it. If you know someone who you feel may need help, but you're not sure if they think they need the help, let them know the differences that you've noticed in them, if that's how you've noticed it, Sometimes they've noticed it as well, but they're embarrassed or ashamed. Or they think, oh, it's just this or that and it'll be okay. So I have been preaching lately. I'm not trying to motivate adults to do anything. I like to motivate young people, and I like to motivate kids, because when you motivate somebody, it's almost sometimes like you gotta, get right up under them and push them up, lift them up, and get them to start. And that's okay. I'm good with that, with kids and young adults. But with adults, it's very finicky. You never know what they've gone through. You never know what kids have gone through, but they are kids, and kids are more loving. Kids are, even when they're not kind, it's something about them being a kid. You never know the experiences, so you try to motivate and encourage. But when it comes to some of these adults over 35, definitely over 40, if you're not related to me and we didn't grow up together, something like that, I ain't trying to motivate you. I'm going to encourage you. Again, I know those words are synonymous, meaning they're really similar in meaning. But for me, I feel like motivating somebody, sometimes you got to make them get up. Kind of like I say all the time, my granddad used to come through the house and he knew you wasn't feeling good. Him and my grandma snatched those curtains open. Because, we come from the time where grandparents lived with parents and with you. Right? Or you go over to great granny's house, and of great granny's house, she may live with granny. So they want to snatch those curtains open. All right. Sometimes we had blinds, sometimes we didn't, just depending on when it was. Get that sunlight on you, tell you to get up, get a washcloth, go in there and wipe your face. Get up. Right? So if it's someone like that, family and friends who know you, know you're good, you're bad, your ups, your downs, they know your demeanor, they know your attitude, they know your fluctuations, then yes, of course, lean on those people to motivate you. Those people should motivate you, because that's called truly being your brother's keeper, okay? Truly being your sister's keeper. That's family. And of course, close friends, that's family. But when it comes to these apps and other people you don't know, I'm going to leave it to their families to motivate them. I just want to encourage everybody else. So I motivate young people and adults. That's why you have to be mindful of what you say on these apps, because the words that you put out can reach the masses. But full-grown adults, I ain't here to motivate nobody. I hope me walking doesn't motivate I hope me talking doesn't motivate. Because these people on these apps, you don't know them. You don't know how they're gonna act when you do something when they start to get too clingy and you want to detach and pull back. You don't know how they're gonna act. So my best thing is for them, when they're doing something good, I like to encourage them to continue to do good. But as far as motivation, children and young adults, that's it. And those who I truly know. Allow God to be your motivation. Allow the fact that you know He wants all of us to succeed. Allow that to be your motivation. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, your shoestrings, those laces. And if you really truly need motivating, those who truly love you, they will know. Will they always know? No. Because sometimes people smile, and you just don't know what they're going through. Sometimes the smile it looks real, but there's a lot behind the smile. So that's why I say that too. So those who truly know them, sometimes if they can't figure it out, how can we figure it out on an app? How can we figure it out on an app? We really, really can't. So you guys be safe this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy some time with you and your family and friends. Everything doesn't have to be recorded. Now, if this is your full-time job, social media, and you're really making money, get it, gotcha. Understood. But some on here trying to get monetized or want to do this or they really don't know what their niche is. They're just trying to figure it out. Everything they do, they grab the camera. Every time they work out, they grab the camera. My workout time is my me time. When I really work out, I might make a couple of shorts, but that's my me time. Remember, sometimes you have to multitask. And for those of you who make me a part of your multitasking, I appreciate you. You know I appreciate my subscribers, right? My moderators / subscribers, right? My content creators who come through here, who are also subscribers and some are moderators. And I appreciate the app, YouTube, because they didn't have to do it. Like we say, we don't make a lot or we do make a lot. The fact that they've given you the potential, they allow you the playing field, right? Yeah, so I always say thank you to YouTube. We fuss. Sometimes they do some things we don't like. But you guess what? It's millions of people on this app. So you know darn well we do things that they don't like. That just appreciate the fact that you have the ability to get on here. And if you blow up and go viral, you make some bucks, cool beans. But if most content creators are smaller, so don't be so backstabby. Don't be so quick to do what you see someone else do because you see they have so many subscribers or you see 100 people in their chat. Be you. And if you're going to pick up on something, pick up from somebody. Whenever I pick up something from somebody, I make sure to make it mine by totally changing it. See, a seed, a concept, the concept comes from a seed. You can pick up a seed from anywhere. The ground, the chat, a content creator. But when you start to water it, make sure that it is yours. Put some creativity on it. I get so tired of seeing people doing like copycat channels, like you see direct copies. And when I say that, some people don't like it. But when you see and you know that they weren't doing something, and all of a sudden it's almost like they're on your heels like Stepford Wives, a copy machine, then you start to realize, one, they don't have a lot of creativity, especially when you're not doing something that's so fantastic anyway, like just walking and talking. Two, they're watching you for a reason. Maybe she did that and got them these many subscribers. Maybe she did that and it helped her get monetized. You can do that, but make things your own. Make things your own. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Lawrence says, you as well, enjoy everyone. Be safe. Thank you, Lawrence. Yes, everyone have a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. And remember the real meaning of Memorial Day. Sometimes I feel funny saying Happy Memorial Day. But you know when you're remembering things, remembering people, think of happiness, think of happy times. So you guys have a happy Memorial Day. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend. Be safe. Eat some good food, whether you cook it, grill it, prepare it or not. All right? You guys know what I say. Don't let bother people bother you, and don't let stress people stress you out. If you find yourself in a misery lounge, grab your grip and go. GYGAG. Grab your grip and go. When you exercise, remember, radar starts with R, ends with R. You want to what? Stretch. That's the R. You want to warm up. That's the A. You want to do your workout. That's D. You want to cool down. That's A. And you want to what? End with stretching. So you're going to stretch again. And if at any time during your workout you start to tighten up, you feel like you need to stretch again, okay? So think of radar. Think of RADAR. Think of level, LEVEL, okay? Words like that. M&M, moderation and modification. Moderation when it comes to your exercises. Only you know your fitness level. Always contact your primary healthcare provider, your healthcare team, be it your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, your physical or occupational therapist if you had injuries already, okay, in the past. Even if they've been rehabbed, you have to consult them. Your dietitian, your nutritionist, your psychologist, your psychiatrist, your specialty doctors. That's your healthcare team. So contact them before starting, restarting, changing, or ending any exercise plan, routine, regimen, or schedule that you have. So y'all know what I wish you. I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. And I'm about to get in here and chill out for the rest of Friday and look forward to having a happy, happy weekend. Again, a happy Memorial Day weekend. And you guys do the same. Stay safe and stay blessed. And eat. Eat. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you, Lawrence, for hanging in here. My bro, Chef Finest Wine, was in here with me most of my live yesterday. My bro, Lawrence, has been in here today. Betty from Retirement Days came through, and Kamani was in here. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. And like I said, it is the weekend. We say we have more things to do, but sometimes I can't tell. Because we either on here or watching every single move on here. That's why I be glad when I get busy at work. Because you have to, be strict with yourself. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Lawrence says, absolutely 100. Thank you, Lawrence. I'll probably see you a little bit later. I don't know. I'm going to try to go my butt to bed. Okay? But hopefully, if I don't see you a little bit later, Lawrence, I'll see you maybe tomorrow, Sunday. Against the weekend. I wonder, do people ever take vacations? Some people, I'm like, do you ever take a vacation? Like if I'm out here like 2 days in a row, sometimes I've treated myself to a short vacation. A short vacation. Sometimes from that, sometimes it's truly a vacation. A week, oh, that's a Hawaii kind of vacation. All right, that's a Vegas kind of vacation. That's a New York kind of vacation. Bye, y'all. Y'all be safe. Okay, Lawrence. Yeah, I will see you then. Y'all be safe. All right. Enjoy. Treat yourself. Doesn't have to be expensive. Just treat yourself. And treat yourself well. You want to make sure that you get some rest, relaxation, release, relate to what you can, resolve the issues you can. And remember, self-motivation, self-love, self-dedication, self-respect, self-esteem, self-fulfillment, self-evaluation. All right? Bye, y'all. Hold on. Peace, positivity, and prosperity, folks. Did I tell y'all that? Because y'all know why. Without peace, there's what? Chaos. Without positivity, negativity. And wherever those two live, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And I want to prosper. I want you all to prosper. Bye, people. Bye, Lions Pride. We're pride over here, y'all. Bye.